sleep experts can find you the right mattress for improved support. Plus, set up and haul away your old mattress. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Hey, Kansas City, it's Dusty Likens, and in case you didn't already know, I'm here to tell you that you can watch all the shows here on 96.5 The Fan across all our social media channels. That's right. If you want to see our smiling faces as we talk about the best sports fans and teams in the country, subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Wake up with us, eat lunch with us, and go home with us. Your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Century Roofing remains the best roofing company to call for insurance claims from storm damage, roof repair, and inspections throughout Kansas City. They were just voted as both the best roofing company in Johnson County for the 4th straight year and the best roofing company in all of Kansas City by readers of the Johnson County Post and the KC Star. So trust the pillars of strength and go with locally owned and female-owned Century Roofing at CenturyRoofingKC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
What we've been doing is pulling one of the people that sells a car every month and giving them a prize.
Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
David Ling sold your car last week.
I sold a 2020 RX 350.
Yep.
Yeah.
Open that check up and tell me what it says.
$25,000.
$25,000. Give me that. David Ling of Claremont, California is the latest winner in GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
$25,000. What am I getting for being here?
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all 3 if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
This is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Tune in to Vern's On Deck Show 1 hour before first pitch. Plus, your chance to win Royals tickets during the pitch clock, following the game, or on your way home from the K. Listen to Vern's postgame show with sounds from the locker room, plus your calls and texts. Miss the show? It's available on demand with the All Things Vern channel on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5. You're listening to the only 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Yeah. 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 They say the dynasty's dead, that the crown's been cracked. Talking heads run their mouths, but they don't know jack. Stephen A. Coward all that noise on repeat. But we don't flinch, we reload, not retreat. One bad game, now they think we're done. We went 15-2, still second to none. Mahomes got weapons, yeah, the arsenal stack. Rice-worthy Hollywood, yeah, the firepower's back. Creed and Trey, holding down the line. Rookie left tackle, future so divine. And he's still the maestro, calling every play. 87's last ride, he's going out his way. So keep talking, keep doubting our name.
Come on now.
We just laid
Come on now.
right
Come on,
there.
somebody. Get fired up, man. Red Friday starts in 13 hours. That's right.
Yes, it does. Yeah, no, 12 is 6, no, 7, no, 8, 14 hours.
14 hours. I'm like in soccer. We're actually in the 700th minute.
Yeah. No, we're 14 hours till pregame, 15
Let's
hours
go.
to kickoff.
Can you make it?
Let's go. Probably not.
Good little bop there to start your Friday. Red Friday here on 96.5 The Fan.
Let me know what you thought of that song. That's my friend Joe's song. We've been kind of workshopping it and changing it up a little bit and doing all this kind of fun stuff with it. So let us know what you think of that song at 913-586-7965. He wants to know what you think of his song. And he brought back the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, and he's bringing you the new Chiefs song.
Mac, let me tell you. Let me ask you something.
He's on the phone right now. I don't know what he's doing back there. So I don't know if he's if he's
Sorry, dealing with
beatboxing
something real quick.
Okay, yeah, he's got some computer issues back there, I think.
You can hear me though, right? You can. Yeah. In your life, what would you have thought would have happened first? Bill Belichick coaches college football while also dating a woman under the age of 25, or Bob Fescoe's in the studio putting bars together with somebody.
No, it's so easy. There's an app. I mean, like literally, you go and you create some lyrics, and you go to SUNO. That's the app. You say what you want. They create the song. It's done in 30 seconds. It's Where do you think we got the Ralph Miller song, or the Jay Binkley song, or the Fescoe and Dusty song? Like, it's just seconds, man. I'm spitting tunes, brother.
It won't be long until Bob starts saying another one in people's songs. But no, man, I think that's good to have on a Friday. That's good juice.
It is.
You've survived the week.
Yep.
You've made it to the end, and you've got the weekend to come for you. Obviously, the game tonight's at 9:00, and we know that. I mean, I don't know how much more was revealed yesterday, but I think I got everything I needed on Wednesday when we were here doing this. That ain't nobody playing in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, but not the guys. Like, I doubt we see 87, 15. Definitely not going to see 5. You think we see Rashee Rice?
I don't. Probably not.
So probably nobody.
Yeah, I would imagine the only people we're going to see probably are the starting offensive linemen, which I think is what everybody really wants to see, quite honestly, with this team, right? Like, yeah, exactly.
71's what everybody wants to watch.
Yeah, right, exactly. Everybody wants to see what he can do, and I think there's going to be a lot of eyes, maybe on Wanye Morris if you're watching the game tonight as well. Not Wanye Morris, but Kingsley Suamataia. Somebody was telling me yesterday, I think it was CBS Sports I was reading, that Wanye Morris is in competition with number 71 to be the left tackle. I'm like, I don't know what the hell you guys have been paying attention to. So I've had Wanye on my mind, but no, Kingsley Suamataia. Some people said he didn't play well. Some people did say he played well. Some people said he played okay. Some people said he didn't play okay. So I think there's some debate on him at the left guard spot. But other than that, I mean, this is one of those games as we talked about yesterday, Dusty, when you were at Carnoustie or wherever the hell you were, is that we're not playing these guys because it's a lot of travel already for the Chiefs this season. 2 West Coast preseason games, and then your first game's in Brazil, and they're like, all right, we're gonna try to give these guys a little bit of a break while we can. And you got the 3rd preseason game, Thursday next week here. So you have the opportunity to play some of those guys in game 3, which they will. And so the home fans will get an opportunity to see some of the stars that they're going to the preseason game for. And as you know, a lot of people's first games, kids, go to the preseason games. They're going to give them a little kind of carrot out there and see some of the big guys, which you normally wouldn't see in a 3rd preseason game. So there's a couple of things that factor into all of that as to why these guys aren't playing. And look, I think it's good. I mean, why waste the energy in the preseason when you're traveling across the country twice already and then have to go to Brazil in less than 10 days or whatever it is? So
sidebar conversation real quick, because I do want to talk a little bit about Rashee Rice, which I think we can talk about for most of the day today.
Oh, Florio's got a great conspiracy I want to roll out there. I just saw too.
Can't wait. Where do you come up with that one? In the can?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but no, you saw him in the can, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He stood right in front of me in New Orleans airport. And do you think that this is, with what we've seen so far in preseason, I know it's been basically a week and a half, but this is, at least maybe I've gotten older and critiqued more as I've done this, but this seems to me like more than ever we've seen guys not playing, like opting out. Now, I know the injury thing is scary, and we see all these like pre-camp stories where it's like so-and-so is out. It's always like training camp starts, and then the reports come flooding out with so-and-so has left practice today with a knee injury. We'll evaluate, like, obviously the Justin Fields thing was hilarious with the toe and everything. But, like, there are injuries that happen. But also, we all know that, like, the players kind of hate preseason. It's just kind of a long process, and they just don't want to play because they don't want to get injured. Obviously, we saw the Lions and Falcons game, I think it was last week, where the guy literally was convulsing on the field, and they were like, we're done.
Yeah, we're
like,
done. And the league is like, no, you continue to play, and the coaches are like, the hell we are.
No, not a chance. You see that guy over there, like, shaking for his life?
I mean, didn't we learn with DeMar Hamlin when something like that happens, you just move the game and change the plans, especially on a preseason game. And those two coaches have to go out there and oversee the NFL and that. Like, the NFL is going to make you finish a preseason game? Kick rocks.
Right. So, like, I wonder if starters and coaches are basically like, this is our way of letting you know that we don't want to do preseason. And if we see it, because we can literally bookmark the entire NFL season, and then when it's all said and done, go back to it when the next season starts and we see tinks in the way they do things. And I wonder if there's something about that when it comes to preseason.
No, I don't think this one has anything to really do with that other than the travel. Because after talking to a few people, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is the second preseason game. And they're like, there's a lot. Like, we've already been to Phoenix and back. We've already been to St. Joe and back. And now we're going to Seattle and back, all in less than a week. That's a lot of travel, a lot of West Coast travel, for the Chiefs. And then, again, with that game in Brazil. And so I would say if it was like somebody else other than Andy Reid as the coach, because Andy's one of those guys to me that like just respects the game. And if the game says, hey, you're going to go stand on your head and call plays, and that's the new rule, Andy Reid would be like, okay, we got to stand on our head and call plays, and we'll figure it out and we'll get it done. But I really do. I think ultimately it comes down to that West Coast travel. Seattle's not an easy flight for anybody, right? That's a 3.5 hour flight out there. And then you got to play a game and then fly all the way back. And so, we've gotten older as society and more mature and studying things and sleep patterns, all this kind of stuff, and rest and whatnot, you take the rest opportunities any chance you can get when you're a professional athlete. And so that's ultimately what this comes down to, is that they just don't want to play these guys because there's been a lot of travel, and you've got that third preseason game at home. You can give your fans who may not always get an opportunity to go to Arrowhead a little taste of some of the starters and make it good for them. So I think that's what they're going to do. And the rest of the NFL can decide what they want to do and how they want to handle preseason. I think for a guy like Aaron Rodgers with a new team, if I'm a quarterback, I'd like to play a little bit in the preseason. If I'm a rookie, I'd obviously like to play a little bit in the preseason. But if I'm Travis Kelce, I got something else going on today. Like one of those type of things.
I mean, they obviously, like some people say, they don't need it. I know it's different than baseball, but, you get your timing down in spring training where I feel like maybe if the rookies want to play, they would want to see what it's like to play with Mahomes.
Yeah.
But they don't really have a whole lot of offensive rookies out there. They have the offensive line rookie with his left tackle, which I think was what we're all going to watch if we are still in tune tonight at 9 o'clock. But yesterday, sitting there getting the news in the same way that you guys got it, right at 9:54, of course.
That's right. Yep. 10 a.m. news jump, as they always do.
Yeah, we get the Rashee Rice news that he is going to have a decision-making case on September 30th, which obviously the first thing you look at is, okay, the main thing that comes out is no suspension number there. Okay, so that's still not resolved. And then you look at September 30th, and then you think, okay, September 30th, so nothing can really happen until then. Then you go look at the schedule, and you're like, okay, that's the first 4 weeks of the season. And you think to yourself, okay, like a lot of people I think did, like, all right, here we go. We got him for Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Ravens. Perfect. That's great. I don't like that. And I understand those are really big games. But damn it, for the love that is all of love, can we just get a number on the suspension?
Yeah.
Because Mac was saying before the show started, Jordan Addison, here's what happened. Here's your sentencing. Here's your suspension. 3 games. Boom. Here's this guy. Here's what happened. Here's your sentence, suspension. Boom. Rashee Rice, for some reason, now is, well, he's got to go back and do this. Then we'll decide. And it's like now, and again, karma, if you want to call it that, that's fine. I don't mind that. Whatever you want to say. But now it's like hanging in the balance, at least until week 5, is, well, what's it going to be? Now this team's going to start moving, doing their thing, being on a roll, and then it's going to be like, okay, now he's suspended for 6 weeks. And it's like, okay, so now he's out for the middle part of the season instead of doing it at the beginning of the season. And yes, the Chiefs haters will say, well, you guys get whatever you deserve. That's fine to have that mentality. But again, like, what are we doing here? Like, I would rather see what the suspension is now than be like, yeah, we have him for 4 games, that 3 of them are tough, but like, let's say he misses the 4 games after that. He's missing Detroit. He's missing the first game against Vegas, and he's missing the Washington game.
Well, I think you talked to someone yesterday. I go, what, September 30th? WTF is what I texted.
Yeah.
And the response back, I go, probably to get people to talk about this more. And that was the response back. Like, people are perplexed as to why it's going so long and why they're doing this now,
which is fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because of the way everything's gone. Now, Rashee Rice is going, when he talks to the league, he's talking to this former judge that they've hired to be the head of discipline. She's only heard one other case in the history of her tenure with the NFL, and it's been a couple of years. And so it's a little bit different that they're going to talk to this woman who's a former judge. She's going to make the determination, and then you appeal it after that if you don't like the suspension. And also, too, I found out yesterday by reading some stuff, I think it was on Pro Football Talk, again, Florio does a good job with the legal side of things. If they don't like the suspension, the team and the player can obviously appeal. The league can appeal, too, if they don't like the suspension. So there's all of that, and then that goes to Roger Goodell. So Jordan Addison didn't go before the judge, the czar, if you will, of discipline for the NFL, but Rashee Rice is going forward with that. And he's done a lot of stuff off the field to make this good, from financial, contributions and community service and all this stuff. And so maybe that's a good thing. She's going to be open-minded and listen to all this stuff and go, wow, he's really done a nice job in the last 18 months rehabilitating himself. Maybe we'll go lenient on him. I look, nobody knows. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. But at the end of the day, it's something that we still have to deal with now for another 6 weeks. And Florio points out, he goes, it makes no sense, he says. And it's making some wonder whether some want Rice to be available for a quartet of high-profile games to start the season. From week 1 against the Chargers in Brazil on YouTube to week 2 against the Eagles on Fox, week 3 against the Giants Sunday Night Football, week 4 against the Ravens on CBS, and he will be available for week 5 against the Jacksonville Jags on Monday Night Football, because the hearing's not till Tuesday. So you've taken care of YouTube, you've taken care of Fox, you've taken care of CBS, you've taken care of NBC, and you've taken care of ESPN. You've taken care of 5 different broadcast partners at the beginning of the season, and you're allowing Rashee Rice to play in those games. And listening to Mike Tirico on The Kingdom when he said something to the extent of, the Chiefs are the only guaranteed product in the NFL, that's why they're on all of these games. That Florio conspiracy, man, I'm all over that one.
Yeah, I like the sound of it, too. But, I mean, Mike Tirico said that about a team that didn't have Rashee Rice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were still the guaranteed product.
And they were still the guaranteed product. You're
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, so, but, I mean, these networks have come in to the league, and they've all said, yeah, we'll give you $25 million for a game. It's got to be the Chiefs.
Coming up on the other side, speaking of those Chiefs, that Kingdom show, it dropped last night for everybody. How many episodes deep did you get into it? We discuss some of the highlights, because we're all 3 on this show, 3 episodes in. We'll dive into that on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit fart thing, come on, man.
Catch Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20, right here on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was talking to my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue the other day, and Josh, he's getting married in a couple of weeks. Shout out, Josh, getting married to Laura. It's going to be a fun wedding. And he was talking all about the new street tacos that they have at Smokehouse Barbecue. You've got chopped up burnt ends. You've got sliced sausage on these tacos. You've got all kinds of sour cream flavored with their Cajun butter. Their street tacos are phenomenal, because everything they do at Smokehouse Barbecue is phenomenal, including their catering, because we've got football season starting up right now, and you want to have a stress-free tailgate all season long. Let Smokehouse Barbecue cater that tailgate for you. Baby back ribs, Cajun butter chicken wings. You can also get their ribs, and don't forget their great side dishes, including those hickory pit beans that cook under the brisket for the final few hours to give them a flavor that nobody else can match. So check them out at their 3 locations, Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa. And now on Tuesday nights, parents, $1.99 kids meals with the purchase of an adult entree. So they're helping you save some money as well. You can also do all your catering order at SmokehouseBBQ.com. That's SmokehouseBBQ.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Guys, it's the weekend. You want to have a lot of fun, right? But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, you may be thinking to yourself, I just kind of want to keep this quiet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Don't let erectile dysfunction ruin your weekend. If intimacy feels stressful because of performance issues, hey, you're not alone. And more importantly, there is help out there. That's where my friends from Heartland Men's Health come in. They have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating guys right here in Kansas City. And guess what? They're ready for you. So do yourself a favor, do your partner a favor, and schedule that consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Plus, they have an expert staff on hand, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. And they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Our biggest deal is back. The Tires at Cost sale at Tilley Tire and Auto Centers. You pay what we pay. No gimmicks, no catch. All in-stock tires from Tilley's huge inventory at cost. Plus mounting and balancing by certified tire technicians for only $27.95. The top brands, the lowest possible prices, with a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. There's never been a better time to replace your worn-out tires. These unbeatable savings won't last long. Hurry and reserve your tires today. Take care of your car. Take advantage of our sale. Take it to Tilley. Additional charges apply for junk tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. DQ presents the sound of happy. Hear that? That's the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
No significant traffic tie-ups in the KC Metro so far this morning. Clay County, MoDOT will be working on the road today, southbound I-35. Expect delays. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
913-586-7965. If we're back on the air, send us in a "We love blank" about Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac. Because today, guys, if you don't know this, This is the 1-year anniversary of this station flipping over to the FM dial.
Woo!
So give yourselves an applaud. You've done well for the first year on FM radio. Thanks to you guys for letting us do this. I know yesterday a lot of people were saying that, it was my 10-year anniversary. I got a couple of texts that says, congratulations, Likens, and then you don't work. I'm like, wow. It just happened to line up that way, like Jupiter and Venus outside in the eastern
It's
sky.
so cool to watch this week with Jupiter and Venus, dude. I'm not kidding. The beginning of the week, it was like at 10 or 11 o'clock. Then in the middle of the week, they were lined up at noon, and now it's switched over to like 2 o'clock. It's just so bizarre to watch the planet move in a different spot every single morning, because when they were lined up like this, straight up and down, I'm like, holy cow, is that a radio tower out there, or what is that, right? And then I got the app, and I put it up at like 4:30 in the morning, like, what's going on in the sky, right? And then I'm like, oh, Jupiter and Venus, right? And then each day it's progressively kind of just swung clockwise the other way. It's wild, man. Space is cool.
That reminds me of the Scooby-Doo parody, Mac, where the guy's like, yeah, we got some purple sticky stuff. Over there's the skyline. You raise this belt.
Why are you doing like an Alex Gold?
Because that's how he talks in the video.
Whispered Alex Gold.
A whisper Alex Gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex Gold in the library.
Yeah.
That's him in Likens' library.
They're not gonna.
Yeah, you got to do the Likens Library and Alex Gold whisper.
Yes.
I love it. The Alex Gold whisper. Hey guys, I just got this card.
This book's gonna sell out before you even have a chance. There's no chance that book's gonna be there when you get there. No chance. Yeah.
I mean, Alex is the ultimate. Look at the worst case scenario.
Yes, of course.
I don't want to buy this car. It's just going to break eventually.
We don't think we carry that book. There's so much like things that are not allowed in libraries anymore. It is what it is.
Did you see that quote from Steve Spurrier that was surfacing for whatever reason yesterday? They were like great quotes in college football history. And somebody said, did you hear about the library that burned down and they lost like 15 books? And Steve Spurrier goes, must be Alabama. 10 of them weren't colored yet or something. Like,
hey, let's go.
Like a good singer. Like, I don't know how old that quote is, but it resurfaced yesterday. I'm like, that's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get him.
I should have just came back from break and like acting like I was like in the middle of like the third inning as Denny Matthews, just to see if you're like, why are you guys replaying the Royals game? They didn't play last night. Like, what's going on? I'm in a weird universe here. Or just like somehow interrupt Bill Brooks doing traffic with Denny Matthews. Everything is completely screwed. Stay off the roads and sleep in. I'm Denny Matthews. Your boss and your job are gone.
Well, there was one yesterday. What did Bill Brooks say about the I-35 was relieving itself?
Yes,
or something
it was
like
relieving
that?
itself. That was it.
Yeah.
You love it. Men's wieners. Yep.
So good. So.
So we're back on because everybody's, sent in. We've got anywhere from, we love blank. Finally, you're back on the radio. I about lost my blank on a Friday. BBL Stinky. Love the shows, guys. My mom's not really a sports fan, and even she loves the show. So keep up the great work. Love you guys.
That's awesome.
Shout out to your mom. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I know that sounds weird, but shout out to your mom.
And if she's single, give Dusty her number.
Stay focused, Dusty. We, as a show,
right?
We wanted to watch The Kingdom and kind of stay on par together. It's kind of like we're a couple watching a Netflix series, right? Like, what episode do we want to watch tonight? Only 4 and 5. Do not go past 5. And then Bob's like, speak for yourself, But no, so like we've watched the first 3 episodes. So far, I'm enjoying it. Obviously, it's the Chiefs. Come on. The B-roll's awesome. Like when they showed the flag flying above the stadium with like the silhouette of the sun behind it, I'm like, I just need it to be, week 1, like,
let's go.
I know that I'm hard. And so far what I've watched is the first 3 episodes. The caves were cool. We were talking to Kristen about that, the director of the show. She kind of brought that up for us. I thought the Lamar Hunt stuff was cool.
Really good stuff, yeah.
Because, I always talk about, I give it the comparison of like the analogy of like Moses in the Bible, right? Lead him to the promised land. Like Lamar Hunt was like Moses for the NFL.
He really was, yeah.
Like was in love with shows, like the showstoppers, was in love with entertainment, wanted to spread it as quickly as possible. And I mean by like into foreign countries.
Right.
Love the World Cup aspect. Like Clark even says in one of the episodes, like we went to every World Cup. I'm like, A, must be nice.
Yeah.
2, like what Lamar Hunt said in like that little bitty audio clip where he's like, it's okay sometimes when another sport does something really well and you take a little bit from that. And you think about like what the World Cup is and what the Super Bowl is, there are a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL isn't the NFL without Lamar Hunt. And I don't think over the years, quite honestly, Dusty, he's been recognized enough for what he's contributed to this league. Everybody always talks about, Pete Rozelle and some of the old NFL guys and how the merger came together. And Lamar Hunt, for a long period of time, has always kind of been just in the background. And that was always Lamar's personality. I don't know if you ever had an opportunity to meet Lamar or
Did not.
Anything like that. Mac, I'm going to guess you probably didn't have the opportunity to meet Lamar. But, when I was covering the games early in my career, and like from 01 to 06 or whatever it was, and Vermeil was the coach, and Herm, and it was different back then, right? Like you were with all the people all the time. And I just always remember getting on the elevator with Lamar after Chiefs games and being like, I'm in the elevator with Lamar Hunt, and he was the most just kind of chill dude that you would ever meet. Like, you would never know that Lamar Hunt was Lamar Hunt. Like, unless you knew who he was. He never went around and, talked about himself and let everybody know who he was. He wasn't an Al Davis. He wasn't a George Steinbrenner. Nothing like that. Just a sweet man that was always ahead of the curve on everything, right? Like, everything he was ahead of the curve on. I mean, the AFL is the reason why we have this high-flying passing offense, because they started that, back in the day. And the NFL says, we don't want these teams coming in. And Lamar says, fine, we'll start our own league. And then they realize, oh, my God, we've got to kind of adopt these guys. But all of this stuff that Lamar created and got the NFL to where it is, he needs more recognition by this league. And he needs to be better known outside of Kansas City, because he's not just a NFL guy. Lamar Hunt shapes sports around this world. And we're getting the World Cup here in less than a year. We would not be getting the World Cup here if it wasn't for Lamar Hunt and his vision on the early days of creating soccer in the United States and making this a soccer kind of mecca now.
Yeah, and I think we all are aware. I think you would say like the hits of Lamar Hunt's resume would be like, we know the Super Bowl story. It turned into Super Bowl. We know that he had the AFL. We know that he had the Dallas Texans and essentially was like kicked out of Dallas. Oh, no, the state of Dallas can support two football teams. I think they need to go find themselves a new area to play. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And so they went to, middle of America.
Right.
And then what I didn't know is that, they had names on the back of the jerseys. That's Lamar Hunt's idea.
Yep. I didn't know that either.
Right.
That was awesome.
Paint in the end zone.
Yep.
Another Lamar Hunt idea.
Right.
And the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, like, what do we get goofy about when we watch the NFL? Why do you buy a jersey? You buy a jersey because of the name on the back of the jersey. Am I wrong? Steph Curry for a while when he was the hottest player in the world.
Your favorite player, right? Yeah.
That doesn't exist if Lamar Hunt's not there. We freak out in the playoffs every year. Follow Twitter. Every NFL writer, insider for the Chiefs, the end zone's yellow today.
Right. Well, the Bears did theirs blue the other day, and everybody lost their S up in Chicago, too. People like colors, man.
And the halftime show, Lamar Hunt.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was really eye-opening to me. The other thing that was really eye-opening to me in this documentary is, like, I have a severe man crush on Louis Riddick. The guy is, I mean, look, I know that he's got a lot of bias towards the Chiefs because of Andy Reid from the time with the Eagles and just, always being around this team. But, that's somebody that's been inside the four walls when the times were absolutely dark.
Yep.
They obviously bring up the Garrett Reid story, and they let Louis Riddick basically describe it. And I thought that he described it perfectly because he wasn't soft. He was honest. He was real. He humanized where he was like, Garrett tried to kick his habit. He was trying so hard to do it. And then the demons got him. And it's as simple as that. And they cut away from it. And I just like paused it and I was like, damn, dude. Like, Louis Riddick is a family member without being a family member, right? Like, he's invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys that, like, the way that he's describing everything, I'm like, sometimes, like, when somebody gets up there, like when Schrager's talking, I'm like, all right, I can check my email real quick. I don't need to hear what this guy, but when Louis Riddick's talking, I'm like, and that was another thing I took away. So the tea leaves even deeper into Lamar Hunt's legacy. And then, like, and they don't make him like they used to anymore with Lamar Hunt.
No, they really don't now.
My grandfather was the same way. My stepdad's dad, who was really close to me, detailed everything.
Yeah, nobody does. I mean, I have a notebook in front of me, but it's not
like they would laugh at you.
Yeah, they would.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No.
But like,
I'm not creating things that people need in life. I'm taking notes about Shedeur Sanders.
So my big tall friend that you met, Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
So he bought my stepdad's John Deere. This is getting way off topic, but it kind of reflects to how detailed Lamar Hunt was. He bought my stepdad's John Deere tractor. Well, my stepdad has this lawn mowing company. He doesn't have any use for it. It was his dad's. He held on to it, nostalgia, right? Kind of like Arrowhead. And so he sells it to my buddy Jeremy. He comes over and gets it, and inside, like the engine where it's sitting, is detailed notes and the receipts from the day he bought it. To like, here's where the choke is, here's the gas it uses, here's the oil it uses, here's where this is, and it's all detailed on little tabs like that are colored. So all he's got to do is flip through it, and my stepdad's just like, yeah, that's how it was. And like everything that he has of his is so detailed. Like you go look in those cave rooms where they have all this stuff and everything is like documented and everything. And even Clark mentions it. Like my dad was just a detailed man. I'm like, damn, dude. Like if I could do just half of that, my life would be so much easier.
Yeah.
But now obviously we don't need to because we have Microsoft Excel. We have all these like apps and stuff. We can like put our notes in our wallets on our phone now. So again, I digress on all of that.
Yeah,
but I
technology's different. But
I thought Louis Riddick and three episodes in, Louis Riddick and how detailed Lamar Hunt and how much goes beyond just Super Bowl, AFL, and Chiefs and Dallas Texans.
So much. I mean, and that's the other thing. They keep talking about the sports and entertainment conversation, right? And Lamar was talking about that in the 60s. Sports is entertainment. And I think there was a long period of time where people kind of had to go left or right. We're either going to go entertainment or we're going to go sports. We can't be entertaining and do sports. And then people started to realize, I think probably COVID came around and changed all of our lines of thinking, is that we want to be entertained. And I was talking to a member of the Royals about this a couple of weeks ago, about being entertainers. And when you talk to players and they get that side of things, they're ahead of the curve, right? They understand that at the end of the day, yeah, we want to win the game, obviously, and that's important. But we also want to entertain the fans. I mean, the dances, bringing back the celebrations, all of this kind of fun stuff now that we're seeing back in the NFL is great, and it is. It's all Lamar Hunt. And if you haven't watched the Kingdom documentary yet,